Hey guys, it's John P. with Geek Beat TV, and today we have a very special guest, and we're going to be talking about probably the world's most innovative camera application, Vizzywig.
This episode of Geek Beat TV is brought to you by Carbonite.
Okay guys, I'm really excited because once again we have Michael from i4 Software joining us. They are the guys who invented Vizzywig. I think it is the most amazing, I don't even know what to call it, video camera app. It does everything. Welcome Michael, thanks for joining me again.
Thank you, John, it's always a pleasure. I know that when we were at Macworld in 2012 for the official launch, I think Callie was the first one that came to interview us, and she had been looking for it actually. So she had heard about it through a confidential press release we sent out to some of the people who were going to be attending. And that was version 1.0, so here we are at 4.0. And
I can't believe it was in 2012.
Well, you know how fast this business moves, right?
Yeah.
Seems like 4 years ago, but you got to keep coming out with upgrades and add features that users ask for, and that's what we keep doing.
If you haven't seen all our previous coverage, hit the show notes right down here, geekbeat.tv/704, and you can learn all about Vizzywig. Well, so for the people who haven't seen our previous coverage, we've covered Vizzywig in a number of its iterations over the last, year and a half or so. And I would say that when it first came out, it was already the best video recorder app ever made for iOS, and even if nothing had changed, it would still be the best today. However, you guys are not just sitting around doing nothing. You continue to add new features and functionality. And one of the things I'm most excited about, and I think we're going to try it out, is this new remote camera feature where I can take feeds from people anywhere in the world. Is that true?
Yeah, we're calling it Worldwide Remote Camera, and we've been working on it actually since last year. The only complaint that people have about our remote camera product now is that it requires Wi-Fi, or I shouldn't say now because we've already solved the problem. But the previous remote camera solution required Wi-Fi, and so you could connect up to 16 iOS devices. But you had to have Wi-Fi. So I would typically take a Wi-Fi hotspot with me, maybe like a MiFi or something if I was going to be out and about. But that's not a really great solution for most people. So what we wanted to do is remove that barrier, not just for being able to connect to your friends worldwide in real time, but even just if you're out in the, out and about in the city, and you and your friend both just have, LTE or 4G. You might want to do a remote camera session real quick. And so Worldwide Remote Camera solves that problem as well. Okay, now in order for us to demonstrate Worldwide Remote Camera, you're going to actually have to log in to the Worldwide Remote Camera service. Now right now this is in a limited beta for I think it's like the next 30 days. And so we're inviting people to be able to have their own username and password to be able to participate in this. We haven't quite determined what the pricing is going to be because we're trying to get an understanding of the bandwidth and what the server costs and bandwidth are going to be required after customers start using it. But they can send an email to invite@vizzywig.com if they want to be considered. So go ahead and log into Worldwide Remote Camera.
Okay. So I click on the little globe icon up here.
Globe button.
All right. Log in.
Yep.
And my super secret login is already in here. Logged in successfully.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you want to hit. Now I want you to tap the plus button.
Okay.
Now when you get that plus button, we'll stop here for just a second. So that plus button is sort of universal add media. You can add title slides with that button, load clips from your camera roll. We even have we have a load multi-clip. So we let you load up to 30 clips or photos at the same time. So if you've got a bunch of clips and photos you shot with your native camera, and you just want to load all those in, we also let you load them in the order you tap them. So we put a little number there like 1, 2, 3, 4 through 30. But right now we're going to access the worldwide remote camera or the multi-camera. So tap multi-camera.
Okay, multi-camera.
Now this is the same way you would enter the interface for Wi-Fi multi-camera, right? Just if you're using it with your own devices. But right now you've signed in and it's going to tell you, hey, there's somebody, which is me. Now, so so select me there.
This is so exciting.
And well, this is the first time we've ever shown this, as far as I know. And then just go ahead and you're going to connect to me.
Okay, just hit like done.
Done, yep.
Oh my gosh. I see another little Wi-Fi thing. Oh, that's you.
That's me.
That is awesome.
Now, if you double tap me, I become active. Okay, now you actually just did a live switch there. All right? Now double tap yourself again. Now what you're going to do is you're going to tap the record button, but you need to be ready to do some switching back and forth because
okay.
you can actually be our editor too.
Okay.
You know? I want to make sure we don't have to do this later again, right?
All right, yep.
So now let's keep this pretty short because I think I'm only on 4G right now, but we'll record for about 15 seconds, I guess.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit the record button when you're ready, and
I can ask you a question, and then you can I can switch to you, and you can respond, kind of thing.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Ready? Hey, Michael, it's John P. How are you doing way down there in Puerto Rico?
Oh, I've got my teal green turquoise shirt on to celebrate the iPhone 5C. I don't know about you.
Excellent. Yes, I don't think I'm going to go for the iPhone 5C. I'm more of a gold blingy man, so I'll go with the 5S. Well, it was great talking to you.
I do want that sapphire crystal fingerprint sensor.
Exactly. All right, we're wrapping up this interview, and we're done. Okay, player is uploading.
Right now, my device says uploading file, okay?
Oh, so what I was seeing a really low kind of quality version of yours, but now I'm getting the original?
Yeah, you're going to get the full original. That's the beauty of worldwide remote camera. You can't really, over any kind of network, get a really high quality video recording real time.
Yeah.
Even Wi-Fi, especially 4G, right? So now if nobody's moving, then impact compression kicks in. It's really good. If everybody sits still like this, and they just talk with their lips, then it's decent. But if they're moving around, it gets pretty bad. It gets pretty choppy. So the whole point of remote camera, even on a local basis, is we use a low-res proxy while you're previewing, because that's really all you need to do your switching. And then when you're done, we send the full high-res version from each device. We mash it together and create what's called a multi-clip. And we give you the full power to not only edit that real time, but then you can edit the switching later. So what's happening right now, in this particular case, if we were on local Wi-Fi, my device would be sending the clip to your device.
Yep.
What's happening right now is my device is sending the clip to my servers, or our servers, and our servers are going to send that clip to your device.
Because I was going to ask you, let's say that I had 5 different people in 5 places in the world, and I was switching between them all, and then we hit done. Now I have to receive on this end 5, let's say everybody has basically equal and decent bandwidth. But on my end, there's only one. I can't receive all 5 at the same time. So you're kind of buffering them in the middle, if you will? Well,
so, typically with internet, the download speeds are a lot faster, right? I mean,
well, that's true.
Yeah. So you don't notice it as much. The download's pretty fast. What seems to be a little bit slower is the upload from each person's device, depending on the bandwidth they have. But again, I mean, we're in the infancies of this. Things are going to get faster. The cellular networks are getting faster. People's internet connections are getting faster. The phones are getting faster. Everything's getting faster. So this is definitely cutting edge bleeding edge technology, this worldwide remote camera. And it's fun to play with now, but you watch what's going to happen over the next 6 months, year and a half. As everything gets faster, this is just going to be, plus we're refining this, right? We're adding features. We're going to make it better, faster, higher quality.
Well, it's already awesome, and it's just we're doing it for the first time, so I'm already impressed. Now on my end, I just got a window, transfer progress, and it said like 1/0 complete or something, and now it says generating multi-clip.
Yeah.
So is this where it's kind of
so now it's actually
transcoding?
It's actually combining my clip with your clip. It's taking the switching instructions that you were giving it while you were recording, and it's creating an editable multi-camera clip. So you should be able to see that in just a minute here.
And is there a limit to how many different worldwide connections I can make at one time?
Right now we limit it to 16, but that's an arbitrary limit. We limit it to try and limit, crashes.
Yeah.
I've never even been able to get 16 people to connect together, so
we could.
Did it finish the multi-clip?
I'm pretty sure it did. It finished. Yeah, it finished doing what it was doing. But I'm pretty sure, by the way, that we can get 16 of our close friends to try it out just for grins.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get a lot of people to try this out. I think at some point we could have 100,000 people logged into a worldwide remote camera at the same time. And when that becomes really exciting is when there's some big major event going on in some part of the world. Yeah. And we need to be able to have quick access to 100 camera people on the ground. That's, news gathering, that's going to get exciting. Social events, world events.
It'd be amazing.
Okay, so now up in your timeline, it should have added another clip up to your timeline. Didn't it?
Let's see. In the timeline at the top.
Yeah, so go ahead and close. Let's close out of remote camera. Tap that little X button on the slider you were using to do switching. Well, now tap on that clip up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, don't tell me that is our completed clip. Oh my God, that is awesome. And look how smooth and clear yours is. It's perfect. It's your quality from your phone. That is amazing. Can you believe that, Dave?
That's awesome.
Just we probably spend $50,000 to do the exact same thing with the equipment we use.
Now go ahead and pause this and tap the NDLS, the little square.
Okay.
So edit switching screen.
No way.
Now, I mean, you did a good job of switching, John, but you were a little bit distracted.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and re-switch this. Now, you just double tap those little thumbnails. You're going to hit play all. And as it's playing, you're going to double tap those little thumbnails. And now, you may not have audio at this point coming out, so it might be hard to hear what's going on, but I think you'll have to wing it. Just go ahead and hit play all.
You're saying I can hit that play all button, and then I can right now, I can just tap back and forth between you and me, and I am re-switching it.
Yeah, double tapping, actually.
Oh, double tap between you and me, and I'm re-switching it.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to play. All right, so here I'm talking initially, and then I introduced you. Okay, I double tap. Oh, and I see it says active, and it switched to you.
Yep.
And you're talking.
Go ahead and cut back to you. It's fine.
And back to me. Okay, yeah. See, it's harder to tell when you can't hear it.
Now cut back to me.
Oh, that is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Now cut back to you at the end. All right, now we're done, right?
Right.
Now you'd think we were done. You'd think this was it. But in Vizzywig 4.0, we added yet another amazing feature. I just can't get beside myself. Hit the little plus button on the timeline there.
Okay, plus. Create a new clip. Record with AV preview, record with video preview, record with audio preview, record new.
Yeah, so now we let you add a clip to a multi-camera session. Now, let's say you forgot to include someone in on this deal. Maybe you just want to get the reaction of someone else there in the studio. and he wasn't there when we recorded this. So we give you a way to add another clip, either with an audio preview so you can hear what's happening, or just a video preview of the existing clip, or with both, or just no preview at all. Now what happens is, go ahead and just say, I'm going to record with video preview.
Okay, record with video preview.
And I want you to just kind of frame yourself a little different so it's clear that this is a different clip. Okay? Yeah, over to the side, like, right?
Yep.
And then hit record, and I just want you to do some crazy faces, just like almost making fun of yourself. Go ahead.
It's giving me a 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Yep. It's perfect. Now let it keep going.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be the same length as our original. Keep making more faces.
Okay. Here comes Dave Curley.
Him on the action. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. Nice. Okay.
Oh, so I'm seeing the other video going on in the corner.
Yeah.
While I'm doing this.
Yeah. And so you can basically make like they do in Hollywood, right? They shoot the same scene twice.
I now understand what you're saying. That's why it had to be the same length. So you're saying now I can go in and I can re-switch it between all three of these.
Yes. Now hit play all and go ahead and do it. Have fun.
That is ridiculous. And it's kind of like you could do it like talk show style where people are where it's like, you know, 5 people switching back and forth, or CNN style.
Well, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take 5 videos of myself with the same camera from different angles.
Yeah.
And I'll just lip sync whatever I was saying, and then it looks like I had a 5-camera shoot. So we've brought multi-camera to people who only have 1 camera.
Right.
If you only have 1 iPhone, or only 1 iPod Touch, or only 1 iPad, you couldn't make a multi-camera clip before now, and now you can. So it's an exciting change. Imagine this for music videos, right? This is how music videos are made.
Yeah.
You shoot a 3-minute song with 1 camera, then you take everybody outside and have them play the same, song again, and at the end you end up with about 10 3-minute clips.
Yeah.
An editor goes through and switches those. Well, now you can do a full-blown music video with multi-camera in Vizzywig 4.0. There isn't anything else I'm aware of on any device that lets you do that.
That's so really cool. All right, so I'm going to hit save.
Yeah, go ahead and hit save, and that's going to save your new switching. And then you're going to... Now, the other thing I want to point out here too, is this Vizzywig 4.0 is bulletproof. I mean, we have, over the last 8 months, we have fixed something like 1,700 bugs.
Wow. And
crashes. You wouldn't believe all the little, if someone was on an iPhone 4 with iOS 5 and they imported a 1920 1080 clip, it would crash. There was literally hundreds of different scenarios and variations, and I can't get it to crash anymore.
Yeah, well, look at everything we just did, and it has not had any issue at all.
It is bulletproof. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Hit done or back.
Okay, I'll hit back.
Yeah, and then we're going to just hit play on that clip in the timeline. And, of course, here we don't have the audio, but you're going to kind of see it.
Yeah. And now it's gonna do all my crazy switching back and forth. There's me laughing at myself, and you're chatting.
You see how it seems like that clip was shot at the same time as the other one.
Yeah. It's
a trick. It's the trick they use in Hollywood, right? They just keep moving the camera and shooting the same scene over again.
That is amazing.
Sense of depth.
Okay, guys, when you're making all of this video, you know what you do? You create a whole lot of files. Let me tell you about it. We've got like 100 terabytes of storage here trying to keep all this valuable data. Now, that takes care of us locally, but guess what? We had a big flood 2 weeks ago. It doesn't take care of you when things like that happen. So as you're, taking all these files from your iPad and you're moving them onto your home computer or your computer in the office, you need off-site backup. That's where Carbonite comes in. They will allow you to back up everything into their magical clouds in the sky, and it's really, really inexpensive. So head on over to carbonite.com, use coupon code GeekBeat. You will get 2 months free anytime you sign up for a full plan. You guys are really definitely going to love it, especially if you ever have a catastrophe like we did. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, Michael, I know that is all really cool stuff, but you guys are complete mad scientists, and I hear rumors that you've got some other really crazy things in the works. Can you give us a little peek at it?
Absolutely. So, right now you can connect up to 16 iOS devices in Vizzywig 4.0. And we wanted to be able to bring in what there's like 1 billion Android phones now. I don't even know, half a billion.
A lot.
We wanted to let those devices act as remote cameras as well, especially some of the exciting new things from Samsung, like the Samsung Galaxy Camera and the Samsung Galaxy S4, S3. So we're creating apps basically that give us that control.
So you're saying we're going to be able to use like a Galaxy camera or any other Android device as one of the cameras in the system here that we can switch to?
Yeah, so like here's my Droid X. This is old, right? It's running Android 2.1, I think.
Yeah.
And so there's the app running on it. And when I launch that, it does, obviously it doesn't give me the full Vizzywig app, but it just gives the player. Right?
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So then when we ask people, hey, if you're at such and such place, get the app and turn on your camera, and we might switch to it, then anybody can do it regardless of platform.
Yes, and people that have their have Vizzywig on their iPad. There's a lot of people with iPads that use an Android as their main phone. So those people will now be able to use their Android phone as a remote camera for their iPad. And so we're really excited about that. We're hoping to submit that to the Android app stores in the next few weeks here.
Very cool. Any other big super secret projects going on?
Yeah, so the other really exciting thing, we've been you're familiar with the double robotics double, right?
Absolutely. We have one and Callie loves it.
Okay, so this is a telepresence robot, and the typical use case of it is sort of remote controlled chat, right? I mean, it's basically you can put yourself in another office somewhere around the world. So it's a great product. It's great if you want to be there, basically, and you can control this remote robot. It's like a Segway, and you can control that in someone else's office, and it's got your face on it with the iPad, and then you kind of remotely can control moving that around. It's got this cool mirror thing on the bottom, and so if you use the back camera, it shows you the ground, and you can navigate around obstacles. And the moment I got one, I said this would make a great, automated dolly platform for a camera, for independent filmmakers, for videographers, YouTube videographers, even amateur filmmakers that just want to do something really cool. And I started thinking, well, how could we use this as a remote camera? We would need to be able to somehow control it. We would need to be able to control it within Vizzywig. And so we started asking the people at Double Robotics, hey, do you have some sort of API or SDK for this? Now, just day before yesterday, I got an email out of the blue from them saying, hey, this is just for you. Nice. And I asked them if it was my birthday, and they said, yeah, it's your birthday. And so we've been just cranking on this, hacking away on this, trying to make it work with Vizzywig for the last 2 days. We've had it working, then it wasn't working. We've had it working again, then it wasn't working. I believe it's working right now, and we're certainly gonna.
Wait, is that a double behind you?
Yeah, let me see if I.
So you're telling me that you're going to control the double with the Vizzywig app?
I'm actually doing that right now. You're going to see the double rising up. I just tapped the raise pull button.
Wow. Wow.
I'm connected to that camera. And now what I've done is I've put an iPhone 5 on the double, in the little holder where the iPad would go, because I just want the best quality camera. And so here with my Vizzywig interface, I basically still can connect to multiple other cameras. But when I choose the one that's connected to the double, I can tap these buttons here, move it forward or backward, or up or down, like you see here, turn it left or right. So this is going to be really exciting. Now, what's really great about this, you've mentioned this, I think, in the past, but right now you can't control multiple doubles with the same device. You have to log in, log out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the device itself the remote camera itself is paired to the double over Bluetooth. We could have 5 or 6 of these doubles, all paired to their own devices. And then on our stage, all we have to do is double tap the appropriate device, and then we gain full control of that double.
That is awesome.
And consequently, it's camera. So what we're working on right now, we think what we think is going to be the best use case is to allow you to set mark points, like they say in filmmaking. Set marks basically. So utilizing the script, if the script calls for a nice, smooth dolly shot that slightly moves up over time, then we'll let you basically set a 0 point and then use the device to move it to that, and then lock that and essentially record that, and then be able to go back and forth between those 2 points or other points.
That's awesome.
And this way, I could quickly switch between double 1, double 2, double 3, and instead of trying to drive these doubles around, turn them and make them go up and down, I mean, that would be pretty laborious. If you get this set up ahead of time, all you're going to do is hit one button, and you've got beautiful choreographed multiple doubles, remote camera live switching recording. I don't know what else you can ask for, John.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that's like being able to have 5 different people with you, and but it's really only one controlling what it would take 5 people to do. It's kind of like using motion control. Or are you going to be able to use motion control to also keep those things focused and stuff like that as well?
Well, one of the things we want to be able to do is use the compass and some of the other tools that are in an iPhone. It's got compass, accelerometer. So we want to be able to allow you to set sort of a lock point, and then have the double just move around that. It would move around that, and we're also working with the motor by Galileo, the motor Galileo, I guess it's called, right?
That can move the iPhone like up and down, tilt control and swivel control.
Yeah. So basically, this is really a cool. I mean, what a great product. Just an amazing. I believe this was a Kickstarter project.
Yeah, it
right?
was.
Amazing engineering. Love this thing. Okay, and it basically gives you, tilt this way and that way, right? So that you can make your phone go this way and that way.
Considering that the double, the iPad holder kind of bolts onto the top of the double, it would not be hard to disconnect that and then make some kind of a little custom mount that you could stick one of those up there with the phone.
Well, that's what I'm trying to convince those guys to do, because you've got a tripod mount on the bottom of the Galileo.
Yeah.
What I want is for a custom mount that would go on top of the double kickstand, and then our software would let you basically pan around, tilt up and down, move back and forth, drive side to side, and go up and down. I mean, I don't even think there aren't too many really high-end television studio robotic dollies that do all that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What does the double cost? It's like
$2,500.
$2,500, and this device is
$200 maybe.
And Vizzywig is how much?
And the what? Vizzywig?
It's $19.99.
$20. Ridiculous.
Yeah, so for under $3,000, well under $3,000, because the deal that we're giving you,
yeah,
you would have, this full robotic dolly situation, and we're really on our way towards making that happen. We've got control of both devices, and again, we're not going to have you try to, while you're filming, try to drive these things around and rotate and pan.
Yeah, you just set up the pre-programmed motions and then hit the button and bingo.
Hit the button and you get a nice, smooth, you know, camera dolly move from each of your cameras. We think that's going to be really exciting. So.
That is cool. Okay, there's one last little thing that I want to ask you about before we wrap it up.
All right.
We are talking about doing a lot of editing and stuff inside the iPad or the iPhone, which works great. But what if I wanted to take my assets and move them, you know, from the field, like into the office and do some editing on Final Cut or, you know, a real heavy duty application like that? Can we do that?
Well, you and me both want to do that, right? I've been a Final Cut user for a long time, a Premiere user for a long time, longer than I want to say. But I want to be able to bring my Vizzywig sessions right into Final Cut Pro, Premiere. Fortunately, there are a couple of interchange formats. One is more of a rich format. It has, you know, keeps track of more things. And then there's a basic format, which is EDL, Edit Decision List. And the way Vizzywig was built was with that in mind, because that was ultimately my goal. So the first step we took towards doing that was we package up all the clips that are in your movie, your session, all the individual clips, all the decisions about the trim in and out points and all the decisions you made about dissolves or other transitions, the title slides and things. And we package that all up and we let you, now as a Vizzywig 4.0, we let you upload that to Dropbox or onto your computer via iTunes sharing and then transfer that to some other device.
So I can at least get all my raw files and take the raw files into the editor.
Well, and you also get a package that will ultimately, we're going to make that work with Premiere and Final Cut, that when you bring all those raw files down from Dropbox into another device, you're going to have all your edits and all your transitions already selected, all your in and out points.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so what we're working on right now, we hope to have it ready, you know, fairly soon, is where you're going to be able to also include in that package an Edit Decision List file. And that'll give you a tremendous amount of power because now once you use Dropbox or iTunes file sharing, someone else will be able to pull that down, open the project up in Final Cut or Premiere or Avid, and have all the edit points in place. The beauty is that then they'll be able to replace those, maybe in some cases those will be proxy clips, with other higher resolution clips that they might have shot with other types of cameras.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that is just a ton of updates. I mean, I don't know how you guys cram so much in there or how you have so many things going on at once, but it looks great. You guys, you can pick up Vizzywig for 20 bucks on the App Store. I mean, I don't even know what to say. You can't get Final Cut for that. You can't even get like an add-on for Final Cut for 20 bucks. And this is an entire solution for you. So thanks for joining us, Michael. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks as always. Okay.
All right, guys, there's going to be 2 versions of this interview. So right now you got the short version, but if you want to see the full thing where we've given you a whole lot of extra demonstrations and tutorials and stuff, head on over to the blog post and we'll have links to the full version as well. So you got two edits coming, and if you like them, how about a thumbs up on YouTube? Go to youtube.com/GeekBeat TV, and we will see you next time.